WASHINGTONBEIJING. October 26, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi begins a long-awaited visit to Washington on Thursday as the United States-China seek to manage deep strategic differences and pave the way for an anticipated summit between Presidents Joe Biden Presidents Xi Jinping. The Middle East war has added a new dynamic to tense relationship between superpowers, and Washington hopes Beijing can use its influence on Iran to ensure Israel-Hamas conflict does not spill over into wider region. But although both Beijing and Washington have talked about looking for areas where they can work together, and Xi said on Wednesday that China is willing to cooperate on global challenges, experts do not expect immediate progress. The Biden administration's priority with Beijing has been prevent intense competition between the world's two largest economies and disagreements on many issues, from trade to Taiwan South China Sea, from turning into conflict. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken will welcome Wang to State Department on Thursday, and Wang told the UN Security Council on Tuesday that he would work with him to prevent Middle East conflict from spreading. Policy analysts in China and the United States say both sides have common interest in preventing a broader war. And as major oil buyer, China wields significant influence over Iran, but it remains to be seen whether Beijing will use it, and experts say China may instead watch from the sidelines for a while. The Chinese certainly have an interest in preventing a direct U.S.-Iran conflict because they are large consumers of oil and that causes prices to rise, said Jon Alterman, director of the Middle East program at the Washington Center for Strategic and International Studies. Still, the Chinese are unlikely to do the heavy lifting here. I predict they will want a seat at the table once the Israel-Gaza conflict is resolved, but they don't feel much need or ability to expedite resolution. Wang. Biden. Shi Yinhong, a professor international relations at Renmin University of China, said Beijing's influence on Iran is almost only serious and practical expectation the United States from China regarding Middle East situation. However, Xi added the U.S. stance on Iran is far from acceptable to China and vice versa. Mutual consensus on this issue may be too limited and small to be of any significance. Blinken spoke Wang by phone during last week's tumultuous Middle East trip and asked him to use Beijing's influence ensure the conflict does not escalate. China is working tirelessly to promote the cessation of hostilities and restoration of peace. We maintain close communication with relevant parties, Chinese ambassador to the UN Zhang Jun said on Tuesday. Wang's visit to Washington comes after several senior U.S. officials, including Blinken, visited Beijing in the past few months. The veteran Chinese diplomat is expected to meet with Biden's national security advisor Jake Sullivan on Friday. He is also